Hey guys, I'm Rogut, and this is my rant. We believe in the diversity of thought on this channel, and let's get into it today. So, if you enjoy the content here, just get... How about a sub? Sub for sub. No, I'm kidding. I'll get to that stuff at the end. But, so today's topic is monetary policy. This is going to be basically the second episode in the financial education realm that I'm exploring right now. Well, yeah, let's just go with that. So today's topic is like monetary policy, more specifically the 1929 stock market crash, and just a few fun facts about it. I'm going to put this disclaimer out there right now. I know there is many other places on YouTube or on whatever outlet that you want to go onto that has documentaries, testimonials, and bunch of other really in-depth documentary style videos that are a lot longer than this, that really dive into this topic a lot more, professionally, I'd say. More of an amateur over here, but yeah. So I'm just gonna give. So this is my take. So this is gonna be kind of like a regular Rogut rant and financial education. So, all right, let's do it. So, what happened? So what did happen? So everything got messed up. That's what happened. So after World War I, the Roaring Twenties, the stick, or maybe you don't. So the 1920s was just a period of, unprecedented growth and happiness, and everyone was partying it up and living it up, and, living large, and everyone was having fun doing the little Charleston dance and driving their little buggies around, the early cars and everything, and still the horse poop in the street they got to clean up because it's the transition period. Whatever. So, Roaring 20s. So, what led to the 1929 stock market crash? Well, there's one big thing that led to it. Now, it's called buying on margin. I'm pretty sure that it's not allowed anymore in the stock market, but see, buying on margin became popular because investing in general became popular for the common man and woman back in that time. And things were just rising exponentially day after day, year after year for most of the decade. And, people buying on margin, people were using borrowed money to buy stocks because they wanted to put everything in stocks because they just saw it just rising, right? So they go to brokers, or they get loans, and they get loans for this money, and then they invest it all in the market. But when you buy on margin, that's bad because the stocks would get overvalued, and it's led to a whole big cluster. So now things were starting to change, like the big banks back in the day, like J.P. Morgan, and then some of the other ones. So the big banks, they basically had a few meetings, and they tried to pull all their resources together for all their liquidity and try to prop up the market a little bit more. The banks aren't doing it these days, but the market is propped up now for different reasons. So the banks, they try to pull all their resources so they could try to keep the market alive for a little bit longer. And so what led to the crash, basically, people were just buying stocks with future money they didn't have yet. It's just dumb. And, they thought they would, with all the rising prices in the market, they would just get away scot-free. So the presidents around this time, Calvin Coolidge and Herbert Hoover, they were aware of the bad practices in the stock market, but they didn't really do too much about it. And I'm pretty sure one of them, might have been Hoover, was actually in cohorts with the banks and the market and stuff like that. So that's basic. So that's kind of like a simplified version. There's a lot more things you can go into, but one thing I did want to add to this was that FDR became president in 1933, and then in 1933, it was June 16th in 1933, the FDIC was created. Now, that's the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. Now, back then, when it was created, they insured deposits of any person who put money in the bank. They insured it up to $2,500. Now now that it's almost 100 years later, well, 90 years later, and now it's $250,000 is insured in the banks. And you know, the banks are a safe place to put your money, you know, if you have under that. If you have under $250,000. Now the FDIC was created, you know, by the 1933 Banking Act. And now it was enacted during the Great Depression because, you know, FDR wanted to, you know, get Americans' trust back with the banking system and stuff like that, and this hopefully, you know, really did that. So yeah, and it still exists today. I personally don't have all my money in the bank. I think that's dumb. That's just my opinion. Do whatever you want. But yeah, so that is that. And then I did have something about metals. Oh yes. So FDR, he actually made the gold to silver ratio 76-1 during the Great Depression, and it's never really recovered since then. So yeah, so that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, and remember, metals are a hedge against inflation. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the topic today. You know, if you liked the video, I want you to hit the like button. But if you didn't like the video, you know, if you didn't like my face, if you didn't like what I'm wearing, if you didn't like the topic, or if you're just mad at the world right now, smash that dislike button. Gives me a chance to improve, make better content, make more content, and then just get better overall what I'm doing. Okay. So, have a great rest of the day, stay safe out there, and remember, be smart with your money. See you next time.